Hey fellas.
Hey guys. So, normally we start off on Embarkation Day outside saying, hey, here we're dropping off our luggage. It went so fast, we got in so fast that it didn't matter. Guess where we are?
We're about to go up that escalator.
We are back at Terminal A in Port Miami to board the Icon of the Seas for the second time.
I know.
We can't wait to see how it's changed in the past year. What's the same, what's better, what's worse, and we're going to take you guys along for the ride.
Come, join us.
Yep. All right.
Here we go, here we go.
Here we go.
Ready? Woo!
And the multiple switchbacks.
Oh. I thought it'd be more downhill or uphill, but it's not.
It's pretty much level.
Yeah.
At least to here, now we're going downhill.
Not really.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit uphill.
This is downhill.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
I'm gonna jump on. Here we go.
Whee!
Yeah.
Ah, good to be home. So we're here at the Point and Feather for our first drink of the cruise at 11:30. Yeah.
We're on airplane mode, turn off the
Might as well get started early, right? Trying to get our internet set up and hooked onto the Wi-Fi so that we've got data and can access the Royal Caribbean app, all that kind of fun stuff. You're gonna have to have it, have to have the Royal Caribbean app. You don't have to have the Wi-Fi, but you do have to connect to the ship Wi-Fi to be able to use the app. So. So we've got a little bit of a truncated menu from Chops Grill, but we'll find something to eat. All right, so this is our key benefits.
This is the private time stuff.
Okay. We did kind of miss Embarkation. It was so rushed and so fast that I did not get any video of the special line that you could go into as a key member. I just walked up to it, showed them my C-Pass, and they let me right through. There were no lines or anything. We got to the main dining room. There was a line, but basically the line was for the drop-off of your bags. Once we dropped off our bags and we got our little welcome pack, they let us right into the dining room and seated us. Now we're supposed to have a Chops Grill menu. As I said, it's a little bit truncated. There's not a whole lot on it, but it's Chops Grill, so we'll see what it's like. Yep, it's lunch anyway. So if you've seen one shrimp cocktail and one Caesar salad, you've seen them all. That's what we got for appetizers. Laurie, however, got the wild mushroom soup, so I'm going to show that to you now.
And you can smell that garlic. Fresh garlic.
All right, so that is a nice sized shrimp. You've seen in some of our other videos where we get these shrimp cocktails and then these tiny little popcorn shrimp sized shrimps. That's a good sized shrimp. Nice and firm, fresh. It's not like all mushy like you get with some of the frozen shrimp. Good shrimp. So our waitress came by and says, "Oh, the camera has to get fed first before everyone else?" I'm like, "Yep, camera has to get fed first." So it's 1 o'clock and they just announced that our rooms are ready. Yeah. Let's go see what they look like. This is a new one for us. An ocean view cabin. And that would be our luggage. And that would be our room. They're early this time. Because it says on the door, stateroom attendants will deliver luggage beginning at 3 o'clock. And it's 1 o'clock. That's pretty cool. I planned ahead and made sure that I had everything I needed in our carry-on for dinner and if we go to the pool or whatever.
Me too. Oh, Corey Bryson.
All right. Let's see this interior or this ocean view room.
Oh, bigger window
there's
than
our
I
bags
expected.
that we dropped off for at the key check-in at the main dining room. All right. So with the exception of the balcony, it looks pretty much like our room did the last time on Icon. It's the same bathroom we had. It may be a little bit smaller.
I think it's smaller.
Yeah.
But I really thought we were going to have a little tiny round circle porthole window. So I'm pretty happy with that window.
Yeah. So it's a little bit smaller bathroom than we had on Icon, I believe. We do still have the fancy lighting and
that we didn't know how to use
system
last
that we
time.
didn't know how to use last time. Yeah.
Now we do.
So here's a quick cruise tip for you guys. Make sure that you check with your room attendant and have them give you a tour of your room. Show you all the secret features and things like that. We have in this room fairly limited. You got 2 USB-Cs here. You got a European plug there, 2 USB-As, and a one 120. So that's going to be interesting how we manage to get power for things. So luckily on this side of the bed, there's another USB-A and a 120 volt outlet, so that's nice. The window does have a little cushioned seat there, so you could sit on the window and look through the salt spray to see the ocean. And on this little storage shelf corner thing here, you do have 2 more USB-As there. So you've got a number of options for charging. A lot of times there's one on the phone. This phone does not have one. No, just Ethernet. Okay, you got a nice sized closet here with some storage bins at the bottom. You can actually get to them, it looks like, next to the couch here. So that's nice. Looks like we got a bump out there for a safe because yes, I remember now, you've got storage behind the full-length mirror here. So you got more storage shelves and you've got your smart safe right there. Cool. And in the bathroom, you actually have 2 more 120 volt outlets. So it makes a total of 4 in the whole room. All right, so looking out our porthole window, I see 1, 2, 3 cameras that have like a direct view into our room. They're directly outside our window here, so may want to keep that in mind unless you want to give security a free show.
All right, so we've had a little excitement, you guys.
Yeah, a little bit of excitement.
Makes Corey very happy when little excitement comes in our families,
yeah,
right?
always, always. So we got to our room. Our bags were here.
Yes.
Started to
like
unpack. Everything was here.
Yeah,
I mean, it was like, wow. I mean, that's pretty impressive. Normally, you know, like 5, 6 o'clock, or you're going to dinner and come back from dinner. Hopefully your bags are there, that kind of thing. No, they were already here.
Yeah.
But
You gonna tell my story?
a little problem with Laurie's carry-on suitcase.
Okay.
Normally
wait.
it doesn't get locked.
No, right.
Because normally we're carrying it on a plane, we're rolling it around until we get to our room, but this time we had the key, so we had the option of dropping our carry-on bags in the main dining room, and they would bring them to our rooms.
Like hand delivered.
Hand delivered
Literally right
directly
after
to our
you-
rooms. And it's like, okay, well, I want to make sure that it gets delivered to my room because that's where I've got my clothes for tonight for dinner in the dining room where you need long pants, you need a collared shirt, all that kind of stuff.
So, okay, can
Yeah.
I go now?
So go ahead.
So he looks at me and he goes, is it locked? And I go, no, but I can lock it. You know, I don't normally lock it. And so I locked it and we handed it over and we come into the room. Everything is here. Corey starts unpacking and I can't get mine unlocked.
Code wouldn't work. None of the possible codes that she uses would work.
Yeah, I think there's something wrong with the suitcase.
Yeah.
It's old.
Probably so.
So I was like, I'll be back. He's like, where are you going? I said, I'm going to go to guest services, see if they have a TSA or key or whatever, and you know, so on and so forth. So that's where I went. And you, I guess, got stuff together here.
And I went on YouTube, looked up how to pick a TSA zipper luggage
Of
lock,
course you did.
and couldn't get it to work.
Yeah.
Tried to pick it, didn't work.
No.
Couldn't figure it out.
So I got maintenance to come over, and literally they were like, "Oh, they'll be there at 6 o'clock," and then 10 minutes later they're here, so that worked out nice. And boom,
And he
it's
just
done.
took a
Like 2 minutes.
screwdriver and just pried the zipper out of the little lock mechanism.
No, the
Well, the zipper
the key thing.
pull,
the,
yeah,
the little dangly.
right, zipper pull,
Is that what it's called?
yeah.
Zipper
And
pull.
boom, it was open. So
Yeah. Now we're gonna go get a drink.
we're gonna go get a drink. We need a drink. Yes, with the Big Brother security outside our window of our.
Did you
our
show
room.
them already?
Yeah, I showed that. Laurie did check with guest services and make a little bit of a.
No, I love so
You
okay.
just-
No, let me tell you because I'm I'm a nice person. You get more with sugar than you do with vinegar, right?
Mhm.
And so I was like, oh, I gotta. She's like, how are you? I was like, well, I got a couple of things, and so I told her about my lock, and then I was like, we got an ocean view room with like 3 cameras outside the window.
Literally.
I'm like, I'm a little uncomfortable with that. And I go, look, I understand cameras. You need cameras. Public areas, I have no problem with that. But in a private area, I was like, I'm a little uncomfortable.
Even if they're not pointed directly at my room, they're directly outside my window.
Yeah, she's like, oh, well, then I was like, yeah, but they're the 365 or whatever,
Yeah,
that 360
the
camera.
dome, so
Yeah,
it's not like
you
it's a
see
camera pointing
everything.
somewhere.
Right.
It's like, those could be, the ones that they can pan and zoom around and all that kind of stuff. And it's like,
so.
I really don't want that right outside my room unless the drapes are shut.
Right.
And what's the point?
And I didn't make a big deal. I just told her how, I was uncomfortable with that. And we may get another room, so I will keep you
we'll
updated
see.
with that.
If we do, that means I got to pack up again.
Yeah, I'm not unpacking,
fully
just in
unpacked.
case, because I have a feeling.
I had no idea she was going to do that. So I just unpacked like I always do.
I told you I was uncomfortable. And then I just kind
didn't
of left
think there
in a
was
hurry.
any
though.
chance she was going to get a different room. But
It all
you
depends.
don't know Laurie as well as I do or should.
I was very nice. I just expressed how uncomfortable I was with the cameras outside our window.
All right.
A few times.
We're going to go exploring and get a drink. Yeah. So who was at the door?
It was not housekeeping. It was a lady from restaurant. She said it was compliments of the Crown and Anchor Society.
Oh, a little fruit plate. Looky there.
How nice is that?
Kind of nice, yeah.
I'm feeling kind of special. Again, we're getting gifts, honey.
Yeah. Not like last time
Well, it's different kind of swag. You eat this
with
swag.
my hat that I'm wearing this time.